Hey, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Hazzed, and today we're going to be talking about the Legion Beta build for PvP talents. Now, this is pretty cool, guys. Basically, here we're going to see a few abilities we thought may not be in the game, and it's really cool to see that they're still here and they're still able to be picked and or playing. So check this out, guys. The top one is basically a PvP trinket. Now, these first two are all the same for all classes. All classes have these two as their top PvP, as it seems right now. Now, what we got up here, we got the Gladiator's Medallion for control, 2-minute cooldown, basically just trinket. All right, we got number 2 is Adaption. Now, this is kind of cool, but it's kind of interesting at the same time. It's one of those things. A full loss of control affects this duration of 5 seconds or longer will be removed shortly after being applied. So it's like a trinket that trinkets itself. You don't have to use trinket. Your character's just like, ha, I'm out of it. And it only has a 1.5 second cooldown. Now, in one sense, it's really cool because if you're like a Death Knight has multiple trinkets, that might actually be good for you. Just to like, boom, it's off, and you're going at him. But other than that, that may be really kind of a problem item to use because a lot of people will be able to come in and sap you. Let's say a sap causes that to proc. How screwed are you when that rogue opens? Like, that wouldn't be very good for you. What we got here? We got Relentless. This is the other thing. We got the duration of incoming crowd control effects reduced by 25%. That's pretty interesting, guys. But I wouldn't necessarily go that myself. I mean, maybe it's... No, I still wouldn't use it. I just wouldn't use it. All right, for DPS, we got Train of Thought, because basically DKs are only going to be DPS. I mean, unless you're blood, of course, then you're going to be tank. We can check that out, too. Damage increased by 15%. Being attacked will cancel this effect. So it's going to be like a PvP buff you throw on yourself that you need to use when you're not being hit. So perfectly timed, that could be an insane thing to use with Burst. Yeah, we got tank here. While above 80% health, you take 20% less damage in PvP. That's pretty cool. I like that. It'll make you a lot more tanky at full health. Being attacked increases your damage by 3%. Lasts for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. There's a question mark behind this because it doesn't look like they're necessarily sure where this ability applies, but definitely is probably going to be tank. It's kind of like when we used to have, what was it back in the old patches Blood was playing? I can't remember. All tanks had it. It made even prop paladins OP. Vengeance. It's like Vengeance stacking that attack power and just pulling off those big crits. All right, for DPS in the middle one, we got Reinforced Armor and increases health by 10%. Well, why is it called Reinforced Armor if it increases your health? Wouldn't that be like bigger health pool? Who knows? All right, so tanked, we got also Reinforced Armor. You're just like, hold on, it was bugging out. All right, so it's Quick Mindness on the top one. I was like, what's going on here? It's a madness. All right, so yeah, that's going to be for tank. All right, so yeah. DPS is going to increase your haste by 15%. What the hell's going on here? All right, so Fortitude, health increased by 20%. So it's like question mark? We'll see. Yeah, now you're going to look at a healer. Like, why is it listed under Death Knight? Who knows? We're not healers, but it's the same for all of them. DPS, critical chance increased by 30% on targets that are above 80% health. That could be interesting for dealing some major crits. Like if you're a Destruction Warlock, that could be interesting. Just putting that out there. Do you like that idea? Not sure which one of those I got. I'd probably go Train of Thought and try to pull some crazy stuff off. But if dot spread's really crazy right now with a lot of classes, so you probably have a dot on you. So instantly getting hit by a dot will probably just take that off. So most of the time, it probably won't be effective unless you're a rogue popping out in cloak where you can't actually take magic damage or something. Might be pretty good for that. All right, so we're moving into the Death Knight stuff, the actual Death Knight talents. Alright, so let's look at this stuff. Damage taken from magical critical strikes are converted into a disease on yourself, dealing nature damage over time. That's pretty crazy. That's just weird. So basically, if you're standing there, you take like a big Chaos Bolt, you can be like, haha, it's just a dot. And then I can heal over time from it. It's really weird. Whoa. Wow. I don't even know what to think about that. The next one's Dark Sim you can pick. I'm still going to look at that. That's interesting. And we got Anti-Magic Zone. That was buffed up to 5 seconds and takes away 60% magic damage now instead of 20%. So that may be viable in a like 3 situation. This may be viable in like a 2 situation. I mean, it's really going to make it hard for casters to kill you. They're just stacking on dots and your healer's just like, yeah, bro, we're just going through this burst. It'll be pretty cool. All right, what do we got for the next one? We got all enemies within 10 yards take 5% increased magical damage, which is just an Arroya. That's kind of cool. Necrotic Arroya. All right, we got the next one. Increase cooldowns of all abilities by 30% to all enemies. What? That's pretty gnarly. So you're just like, yeah, have 30% more cooldowns on those things. Like, that's just a dick move. That's just a dick move. Like, is that real? Is that real? That's just a dick move. All right. Decomposing Royal. All enemies within 8 yards slowly decay, losing 2% of their maximum health every 2 seconds. Stacks up to 10 times, lasts for 10 seconds. That's pretty gnarly, too. There's some interesting stuff coming in, and it's really going to be crazy how they balance this stuff out. Because, like, some of those are really powerful. Like, really powerful. We got on for the next line. We got Blood. Death Grip has 2 charges. You can do Death Grips as Blood. That's pretty wild. Now, guys, look, Chill Blaze is back. It's called Death Chill. Right there, ring them in place for 4 seconds, and now has a 5-second cooldown. So we're going to have a 5-second cooldown, so we won't be able to pre-chains as much and piss people off with that. But it looks like it's still here, guys. It's still in the game, so that's pretty cool. Unholy gets Crypt Fever whenever enemies are healed while affected by your Festering Wound. They take 100 shadow damage. That's really cool. So if they get healed, they take damage with Unholy. That's pretty wild. Blood, we got Walking Dead. Your Death Grip dispels all movement, increasing effects from the target. That's pretty weird. That's nuts. You imagine how much that's going to piss off a rogue if he's being chased by a Blood Death Knight? That's interesting. The damage done by your Howling Blast increased by 200%, but it no longer deals an area effect damage. Okay, guys. What? Okay, imagine that Obliterate build I was talking about in the recent video where we're going to stack on Obliterates, have 2 multiple charges of Howling Blast, and then have that 300% extra damage with that Rhyme proc, and then we can add 200% more damage to it? Can you imagine how insane those Howling Blasts are going to be? I'm ready. I'm ready. And it's not going to AoE. So that's an interesting factor, though. But it's going to give us a lot more single target damage. So like in 2s and stuff, that's going to be absolutely amazing. Let's check out Pandemic. When you use Outbreak, all enemies within 0 yards affected by your disease take 1 shot. That's cool. So basically, when you spread your disease, you use Blood Boil on and a Holy DK. Everyone gets your diseases. You pop Outbreak and they take massive AoE damage. That's pretty wild. Now for Blood, you can have Strangulate. Apparently, Strangulate's only Blood. That's crazy. That's some crazy talk. Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go. This is what we want. This is one of the things we want. Tundra Stalker. Check this out. Damage of your Frost Strikes increased by 25% on snared targets. So pretty much if you wanted to spec that ability that made Killing Machine affect your Frost Strikes, you'd combine it with this and it'd deal a lot more damage. And critical strike chance increased by 50% on rooted targets. Which is really crazy, which kind of made me think about a couple things. How the hell are we going to root the target without having Death Chill? I don't know, but it's probably like playing with a mage or something. Maybe a warrior roots it, maybe a feral roots it, but we can't spec into our root without using that. I don't know. That kind of doesn't go hand in hand very well. But, I mean, that'd be definitely for that build I was talking about on the other video. Blood for Blood. Blood Strike and damage increased by 100%. It no longer costs a death rune, but 5% of your total health instead. That's pretty wild, guys. Sacrificial Blood Plan. That's what we need to see with that spec. That's pretty cool. Frost. Eye of the Storm. The radius of your Hundering Rune Blade is reduced by 15%, but the damage is increased by 100%. That's pretty wild, guys. That's pretty wild. Basically, the Hungry Rune Blade is basically like Shadowmoor. You know, you suck souls and you explode. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. That's really cool. Unholy Mutation. Your plague is dispelled or ends its duration. A slime spawns, dealing 1,000 nature damage and slowing all enemies within 8 yards 50% for 3 seconds. The slime lasts for 15 seconds. So you remember Ice Crown Citadel where you're fighting the big ugly monsters, Fester Gut, and I can't remember the other one. It's not coming to me right now. But anyways, basically that's what it's gonna be like. spawning those little plagues, little ooze that's going to chase people around and then explode in the end. Blight. Your death and decay now instead conjures a damage area under up to 3 nearest. What? Okay, within 40 yards. So basically with blood, you're just going to be like, boom, throw out blight, and it's just going to put them there. Which could be cool. Like, you imagine, like, Alteric Valley, 40 people, and you pop that underneath them, and they're all 3 growing at the same time. Could be pretty wild. Alright, so Frost, Killing Machine. Really? Wait. What? Let me see. Okay. What? Oh, it replaces Killing Machine passive. I had to read the bottom of that. It wasn't making sense to me. I was like, we already have that as a passive. Why is it in the PvP thing? Ah! Okay. But basically, it replaces it. I believe it enhances more damage. Your next Obliterate. Yep. Enhances it with more damage. Now, imagine you stack that onto that 30% extra frost damage that comes onto Obliterate from that spec. And, of course, like we said, we're doubling it up because we're pumping out 2 Obliterates. And, of course, 2 Rhyme procs, which you link that with the single target North Winds. We might be looking at some insane single target pressure, guys, when linking all those together in PvP. And Unholy gets Deathstone, summons a Deathstone. Are you kidding me? You get more zombies? They get more zombies in PvP. Unholy just gets a damn horde of zombies. Will resurrect zombies to attack enemies within 0 yards. That's awesome. It's like having a tooth. Alright, guys, just saying, I may have to make my alt Death Knight Unholy for Legion. I don't know, guys. I may not be doing Frost Blood. I may be doing Frost and Holy. We'll have to see, though. Oh, we got Death Chain. Well, this is cool. Chains 3 enemies together, dealing 21k shadow damage and causing 25% of all damage taken to also be received by others in the chain. Whoa. Now that's some crazy mechanic shit right there. You imagine somebody single target, like, bringing in a Chaos Bolt and just freaking wrecking on those guys. Dude, imagine if you Havoc, like, Warlocks are Havocing with Death Chain. Because, like, if I remember correctly, Warlocks have a permanent Havoc if they want to, and it lasts for, like, 20 seconds. It's insane. Wow. That's going to be interesting, guys. That's a cool one for Blood. Like, Blood PvP, that's going to be a cool mechanic. That's what we like to see. Crazy mechanics. Alright, Chill Streak deals, and reduces their movement speed by 70% for 4 seconds. And Chill Streak bounces up to 5 times to the closest target. So basically, it looks like it's a dang meteor falling down to the earth, but I don't even know what to say about that one. It looks like it's going to freeze the crap out of people. Who knows? That one was yet to be seen. That would be cool. And here we are. All the Unholy DKs are wanting to know. All the Unholy DKs, and here it is. Necrotic Strike is back for Unholy DKs within the last tier. Yep, a Vicious Strike that deals 15% weapon damage and absorbs the next AP healing received by target in the last 10 seconds. So that's going to be it for this PvP talents, guys. These are subject to change, definitely, because we are so far away from Legion. But I just want to give you an insider on that. Guys, let me know what you think about these talents down below. And until next time, this is your boy Hazzed.